Quiet. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey to all my beautiful people. Happy Thursday. It's your girl, Karis L. Reed, aka the Destiny Chick. I am your host. Welcome to Destiny Walkers Network LLC YouTube channel. Y'all know the drill. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so that when I go, you guys can hear and be ready, some power, some potatoes, and everything I got to offer y'all. So listen, today's topic is going to be, ladies, why are we single? Part 2, the attitude. Ladies, why are we single? The attitude. So I hope you guys can hear me and see me okay. I see my Wi-Fi light on, so hopefully everything is okay. If everything is okay, give me a one in the chat if you're on Facebook, a star or a thumbs up if you're on Twitter, and just put a chat if you're on YouTube. So thank you again this evening for being here, because you could have been anywhere else but here. But I'm super excited tonight because we're going to dig right back into last week's series of Ladies, Why Are We Single? Which is part 1. I really didn't label it part 1, but anywho, y'all get the gist of it. So again, Destiny Walkers Network YouTube channel is to empower women to walk in purpose, to be who they was created to be. But because I love the sisters so much, this channel was also to give real life issues about relationships, being single, and things of the Black community, because I too am a sister. I once was a single mother. I raised single boys, 2 young men. They're now 25 and 21. I have grandkids now. So I think I did a pretty good job. But that's another topic. I still needed a man in the home. But married and divorced twice. So we'll get into all that jazz later. But anywho, my point is, I don't be on here talking about nothing that I have not experienced myself, or nothing that I have not seen someone close to me, like a relative or a schoolmate or a best friend or a family member, church member, things of that sort. So, just know that what I talk about and what I discuss is not based on my opinion, but it's not only based on my opinion, but it's also based on my experiences as well. Okay. So be mindful of that. So I'm gonna do things a little bit different today. I'm going to have in between this session, I'm going to have like a 2-part series. I'm going to take a break, a commercial break or whatever, and then I'll come back and finish it. And then I have what's called note cards, which is what I'm going to compare what I've talked about to what is really actually going on out there on social media. Like I've actually researched the topic that I'm speaking of. Other YouTubers are also speaking on it as well. So that means, ladies, if it's out there on social media, then it means that it's a problem. That means that it's an issue that we must address as being single women, as being Black women. And so a lot of times when things come up on social media, like myself, I also have a very, very good dear friend, Brother Mookman. Shout out to him and the Love Evolutionary Matters YouTube channel. Him as well, and other YouTubers out there, when we discuss things, is not to degrade you or put you down, but it's for you to better yourself. It's for you to learn from it. It's for you to grow from the inside out. From the inside out, So yeah, take that at heart as well. So without further ado, let me go ahead and start with the first session of today's topic. And I got my notes ready, y'all. I'm all in. I'm ready for y'all to give y'all some information on the process of this topic. So bear with me. Go get your water, your tea, relax, share this broadcast, and do everything you need to do before we get started. I got my hot tea because my throat was a little scratchy yesterday. But anywho, so again, ladies, why are we single? The attitude. And I broke this down in actually, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of like 5, what do you call it, paragraphs or 5 sections. And you guys know what I mean as I'm talking. But I'm going to start off with this. The average Black woman is set in their subconscious mind. They're set. Like they don't want to change it. What's in there is what's in there, and you got to take what do you call it? One of those cement drills to get it out of them. They're set in their subconscious. And what does that mean? Well, the subconscious mind is built up of experiences, traumas, pain, hurt, life experiences, upbringing, religions, what you was taught in school, what your 6th grade boyfriend did to you. I mean, it's built over all these things, right? And even the very foundation of who you are, your character, the characteristics that you bring, your morals, your values, your attitude, which is what I'm going to get into, and even your personality. All this is set in stone in your subconscious mind. Okay? So remember that statement I just said. And so because of all these things being grounded in your subconscious mind, this is how it all begun. The first stage is called the training stage. And in the training stage, now let me put a disclaimer on here. This is not for every woman, okay? This is not for everybody. Everybody didn't have this type of upbringing that I'm finna to talk about. But I have to say the average Black woman because there's so many of you, there's so many of us. And sometimes when I say us, I put myself in a position from when I used to be in that position, if that makes sense. But now my mindset and my consciousness has been, reset and renewed, like from 2017, 2019, and even really before then, but we'll get into that later. But anyway, so depending on your upbringing, it determined who you were going to be fundamentally. It fundamentally turned you out to who you was going to be as a person to some extent. For example, if you were raised in a home where your mom, let's say she was, I'm sorry, I thought I meant to left my teapot on. Let's say your mom was married to your father. Even if she wasn't married, let's say she had a couple of boyfriends, or she had, a boyfriend and whatnot. But as you were young, you always saw your mom disrespecting this man. The environment was totally toxic. It was totally negative. She cursed at him. She didn't respect him. She didn't have his dinner cooked. She didn't have his bath water cooked. She stayed out late. She told him what she was gonna do. She didn't allow him to discipline the children. She didn't allow him to lead. Um, she told him things like "shut up" in front of you guys, and whatever the case may be. You just saw a pattern of total disrespect and everything else you can imagine towards that man figure as you were young. Let's say you were 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. So you were in this is your training stage, okay? And the reason why I say this is your training stage, because those are the years as a little girl that your mother is supposed to mold you into a young lady coming up into her preteens. She teach you how to sit, she teach you how to eat, how to, whatever the case may be. But in this environment, in your training stage, you never saw your mom show this man any affection. You never saw your mom caress him, hug him, motivate him, uplift him, help him, whatever the case is, right? The total opposite of the negativity, the toxicness. All this is your training stage. Now, remember what I just stated earlier, that all these things, your upbringing is in the back of your subconscious mind, right? So now we get to the next stage, which is I call the ghetto stage. And the reason why I call it the ghetto stage, because by now you're a teenager. You're a young woman. You're 14, you're 15, you're 13, maybe even you're 16 now. And so by now you've because you've seen and heard all this negativity towards this man, right? You even heard words like "sorry, nigga," or "he ain't nothing," or so on, so on, so. Okay, so by now you've seen and heard all these things, and you get into your first so-called relationship. Let's say it's 16, 17, I don't know. You get into your first so-called relationship. You in high school, right? And so you're in high school, and you start to repeat some of the habits that you saw in your training stage. You start to not show this young man respect. You start to tell this young man to shut up. You start to give this young man attitude. You start to smack your lips at him and roll your eyes and tell him what you're going to do and demand things of him, right? Now you're starting to do this in the ghetto stage. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna say this quote: attitudes are contagious. Are yours worth catching? Attitudes are contagious. Are yours worth catching? That's a quote by Dennis and Wendy Mandarin. But you're in the ghetto stage, right? And so you're 16, 17. You're not showing this young man no respect. He really likes you. He's really digging you. And he can't figure out, you're a beautiful young thing. You're a fine, young, beautiful tender, as they say. And he begins to wonder, what is going on with you? Why is this pretty woman talking like this? Why is this pretty young woman acting like this? Why is this pretty young woman always got an attitude? Why is she always mad? But if you go back to that training environment, because see, on the flip side, if you were in an environment that was nurturing and the opposite of what this first learning environment was, training environment, you wouldn't, I just don't believe that you would have all this happening or coming out of your mouth or all these different ways that you're acting toward this young man, right? Because you were raised in a respectable environment. You were raised in a loving and nurturing environment. So y'all get my point. So now you go from the ghetto stage with your attitude toward the young man. You go from the ghetto stage to the drama stage. Now I call this. Now remember, this is the stages that I came up with. This is nothing that was, I just labeled these three stages. But anyway, Now you're in what's called the drama stage. And about this time, you're probably 18, 19, and now you're pregnant and you're having a baby. And you bring your attitude and your drama. Now, whether it's with the same young man that was in the ghetto stage or a different one, now you got a boyfriend and you're pregnant. Whether he's an older man or a high school, your age, it doesn't matter. You're pregnant, and now the attitude has tripled because now you feel like that you're having this young man's baby, that you can control him, that you can wheel him under your wing, that you can make him do what it is you want him to do, that you can control the baby over him, or just all these different things. You have the attitude, right? And the young man is like, he's stuck in between a rock and a nail, because now he has a child by you. Now he has a child by you. Let me fix my screen. Now he has a child by you, but to him, that's all it is. He don't want to be with you no more because he's sick and tired of your attitude. He's sick and tired of the drama. He's sick and tired of being disrespected in front of his friends, or he's just sick and tired of it. So he don't want to be with you, but he got a baby by you. So now he's putting up with you. He's dealing with you, but he's dealing with you, and at the same time, he's moved on relationship wise, and now he has somebody else on the side. Whether you know it or not, he has somebody else on the side. Okay. So he's at the point that he's going to do either two things. Because you bringing so much drama to this man's life because of this child, he's either going to hit you and risk going to jail, or he's going to bail out on you and leave you raising this baby by yourself. And 8 times out of 10, he's going to leave you. He's going to leave you right there with your attitude. He's going to leave you at your mama's house with that attitude. And he's going to leave you with that baby to raise by yourself, all because of your attitude. Because you didn't have the proper training, because all this stuff in your subconsciousness from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, all the way up to junior high school and high school, that you refuse to change, because everybody have a choice to change. You don't have to act the way you were raised. You don't have to act the way your mom act because your mama acted that way. You chose to act like this. Why? Because you thought it was a normal thing to do. You thought it was okay because you wasn't taught any better. So now you're about 17, 18, 19, 20, maybe even 21, and you're a single mother now. You're a single mother, you're a baby mama, and you're probably still at home with your mama. If you don't have your own place. Maybe you do, maybe I don't know. So after that drama stage, and before I go into the drama stage, let me take a break. Let me take a break, because believe it or not, I'm almost finished, y'all. I mean, but I still have a little bit more at the end, but give me a thumbs up if you're on. I don't think I have this live stream on Facebook, but put a comment in the chat if you're on YouTube. Put a comment or a star up if you're on Twitter, and let me know what you think so far. Told y'all I'm doing something a little different. Let me know what you think so far. Let me know your opinion. Let me know your thoughts. And while you're doing that, I'll come back and I'll check the comments, because I'm able to check the comments here. I'll check and see if anybody left a comment. If not, that's okay. We'll keep moving forward. But I want y'all to start participating with me, right? So I'm gonna go to a commercial break, and I'm gonna let this commercial let you know about Destiny Walkers Network, because at the end of the day, I am a destiny consultant. I am a life coach, yeah, that's what we do. We help women discover their purpose and turn around those attitudes. So stay tuned for this commercial break, and we'll come back and wrap this up. All right. See you in a minute.
name is Karis L. Reed. I am the CEO and founder of Destiny Walkers Network. We're an online business consulting platform where we help powerful, ambitious women discover their purpose and be who they were created to be. If you are at the discovery roads of discovering your purpose, if you are retired and you would like to be a new you, or if you just want to be that powerful, creative woman, Destiny Walkers Network is for you. We take each woman through 5 phases. We give her emotional healing, help her with her finances, and give her the stability in a business of discovering her purpose and be who she was created to be. Visit DestinyWalkersNetwork.com and we will have a purpose and a place for you. I'm Karis L. Reed, the CEO, and your destiny is waiting for you.
All right, my beautiful people, welcome back and thank you for that short break. I had to give me some tea. I was almost about to choke. But anyway, so we're going to move forward with the second part. So we discussed the drama stage. Now you're in the woman stage. You're in the woman stage now. And in this woman stage, now mind you, you're single, right? You're single with maybe 1, 2 children. I don't know. I just know you're a single mother now. In the woman stage, you're about 25, between 25 and 35. And you still haven't learned to control your mouth or your attitude. From your training stage to the ghetto stage, to the drama stage, to the woman stage, where you're now 25 to 35 years old and you still haven't learned to control your mouth, that tongue, right? The attitude, the drama. As a matter of fact, by now you have became a master. You've mastered the craft of funky attitude. You've mastered the craft of disrespecting men. You've mastered the craft of drama and ghetto-ness. You've mastered the craft of being a single parent because no man wants to be with you at 25, 26, 27, only 35 years old. And I'm trying to get you to understand, I used to always wonder why a girl should say, he just want to hit, or that dude, he just hit it and quit it. Because he don't want to be in a relationship with that attitude. He don't want to deal with the wholeness of you. He want to get him a piece of punani because he know that that's the only time you're going to keep this shut. That's the only time that you're not going to give him attitude. That's the only time you're not going to be ghetto. And as soon as it's over, you right back at it. And no man in his right mind wants to be around that type of environment, wants to be around that type of woman. No man in his right mind don't, that I know of. So now you're in the woman stage and you've mastered the art of your attitude, the art of arguing. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You always right. You got to have the last word. And sadly, nowhere in the past 10 years did you come to your consciousness or did you come to yourself and say, dang, maybe, just maybe, I can't keep a man because it's me. Maybe I can't keep a man because it's my attitude. Maybe I can't keep a man because it's because of my drama. That every time I see my kid's father with another woman, I gotta act a fool. I don't want her around. I don't want my kids around her, or whatever the case may be. Maybe it's not them. Maybe it's me. At no time in the 10 years of being 21 to 31 did you stop and think about that. You know why you didn't stop and think about that? Because some of y'all always want to play the victim and blame situations on the men. Y'all want to label him as being a dog. Y'all want to label him as and this is, and sometimes, hey, it is like that. But this is for you to reflect on you, single Black sister, at 48 years old. This is to reflect on you. So, at nowhere in the 10 years did you do any self-reflection. It was always everybody else's fault. It was all, even on the job, your demeanor. You can't even speak to people. You can't. You don't even have the proper upbringing to speak to your fellow coworkers, to say good morning, or to speak to a stranger when you walk by. I mean, I learned that in kindergarten. Just so you can be aware of who's around you, you want to acknowledge people that's passing by you, or you want to acknowledge somebody that's 6 feet from you, because you don't know what people is at these days sometimes. But anyway, you're at the woman stage, and nowhere between those 10 years of being 21 to 35, even or 21 to 31, even 31 to 41, or even in between 25 to 35, did you do any self-reflection? Did you Google self-development? Did you just stop and hit the brakes on the ghetto-ness or on the attitude, and just drop off negativity and just start being positive, start wanting to change and be different? You know what I'm saying? Change, go up to another level. Yeah, I love that song by Sierra, Level Up. Matter of fact, I might just play at the end of this broadcast, because nowhere did you decide to level up your mindset, level up yourself as a person, as a young woman raising kids. Because now, if you don't, you got the same toxic pattern from that you got from your mom. Now you're passing it down to your daughter. Now you're passing it down to your niece. You understand what I'm saying? So now it's not too late, because everybody can always change and evolve and level up themselves, right? But you got to want to do it. It's a time to where you got to say enough is enough. I'm tired of being single, or I'm tired of just being somebody's piece of meat. I'm tired of breaking bread by myself. Let me change so a real man can really want to be with me. Because you got the looks. Obviously, you got the body. But it's that one thing you lacking, and it's the mindset. It's the attitude. And so now today, you're 35 to 45 and you're single. You are SINGLE. You're single. Because the reality is, you don't want to get rid of your attitude. Ain't nobody gonna tell. It's the attitude. It's the attitude. Ask me how I know, because I used to have an attitude. And this is how I know attitudes can be a choice. And you almost can turn it off and on. You really can. Because I wasn't raised in a negative environment. I was raised, matter of fact, I was raised in the church. And my mom and my grandmother, they were very nurturing. They taught me how to clean. They taught me how to be a woman. My mom set me down. Me and my sister, my brother, she set us down. And when we were in elementary, we lived in California. She set us down and taught us about the anatomy of the body, how to clean ourselves. Sexual education. My mom taught us that, not the schools. She taught us how to cook. I was in the kitchen watching my grandmother and my mother cook. So I didn't have negative environment. That wasn't the case. My father left my mother when I was 2 years old. So I didn't have that man in the household, but because I was too young to see the relationship and the interaction between my mom and my father. But I could just imagine that my mom didn't disrespect my father like that. But my point being is, when I decided to have my attitudes, it was my own choice. It was because I felt I was grown. So you can come to a point in your life to where you have an attitude by choice, and then it can be the reason because it was the environment you grew up in. But my point is, the reason why you're single today is because it's the attitude. You gotta adjust it. You gotta bring it all the way down from 100 to 0. You know, it's got to come a time where it just got to stop. And that's what society has labeled Black women as bad attitudes. Every Black woman in society, and I say society because the society of the world is Caucasian. They look down upon us as a Black American race, period. So, and then as they look down upon us as a race in general, they separate us by gender. And all the Black women got attitudes, and all the Black men are thugs. That's society's point of view of us as Black people. So why not prove society wrong and be different? Why not adjust it? You understand what I'm saying? So today you're single because your attitude, your demeanor, your personality, your mouth poked out, you always fold because a man don't give you what you want. And all he wants is a peaceful home and a woman with a head on her shoulders, with a conscious mindset, with a good attitude. It's just like this to me. I used to smoke cigarettes. Ugh. I used to smoke like a train. I was maybe 19, 20 years old. And when I look back on it, that wasn't cute, holding a cigarette. Now today, to me, it's been over 21 years. But I look at women with cigarettes, I'm like, they don't even look right. To me, a woman don't even look right smoking, because to me, that's just something a man should do. So now it's like the same thing with an attitude. It don't even look right for a woman to have a bad attitude, because that's not part of your makeup. You were created to be submissive. You were created to be, loving and nurturing. And to me, the attitude should be, given to the man, because he got so much that he got to fight off out there in the world. He don't want to come home to an attitude. He don't want to come home to fight against his woman or a young lady out on the street with the kids trying to come into his life. He don't want no attitude. You give him attitude when he's trying to get to know you. You give him attitude when he want to holler at you or get your phone number. And he be like, man, I'm good. Don't worry about it. She got attitude, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're going to forever be single if you don't correct your attitude, if you don't fix your attitude. So, the attitude, the wretchedness, the ghetto-ness, the lack of money skills, the womanhood skills, the cooking and cleaning and how to treat a man, all this should have been in that training stage, in that ghetto stage. But I can even remember and I'm getting ready to end. I can even remember when I was in junior high school, they had home ec as an elective. They had home ec classes. They had cosmetology classes. They had sewing classes. They had so many things that you can do in high school to get electives that your young girls are supposed to be in, to learn these things and through high school. So when you get out of high school, just in case you didn't get that training stage, like I mentioned in this example, you was able to get it from school. Because they knew after high school, you're going to be that young woman, you're going to be that young adult, and you're going to get into a relationship one day. You're going to get married one day. So for the ones who didn't take those electives and take that opportunity, you're the one who still now today don't know how to control your attitude, because you didn't or don't know how to do certain things because you didn't take that opportunity within that time frame to learn self-development, self-growth, level up. So that's it. Oh, before I go, my note cards. I said I'm gonna do something different with my note cards. My note cards, what I call note cards, is just some regular what you call these, index cards. And what I did to back my my title up was I just researched. I just put in some words in YouTube. And there is a gentleman on there by the name of Sarah Garvey. His video is 5 minutes and 45 seconds long. 5 minutes and 45 seconds long. He says he has a video called black women do not respect black men. And one of the comments on that video was, black women deflect so much. The weight and the attitude is why rich black men choose other races most of the time. Now, a man not choosing a black woman because of weight, that's some other subject. I don't know. And why he said why rich black man, I don't know. But this is any man, not just rich black man. Any man won't choose you because of your attitude. And this is out on social media. He had another video, 4 minutes and 33 seconds long, and it was titled "Women Play the Victim Even When They're Wrong." I mentioned that in my topic. And then there is another YouTube video called Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, and he got 7,500 followers. And this man did a live titled "Why High Value Black Men Don't Want Black Women." And he had like a panel discussion. It was 3 black men on one side and 3 black women on the other side with this title. And the 3 black women looked about 23 to 28. They all had their long hair extensions with their butterfly eyelashes and their long nails. I watched 2 minutes of this video, and almost all 3 of the women didn't know how to answer the questions of what these men were asking them. And it all goes back to the training. They wasn't trained properly. They refused to level up their attitude. They refused to stay in that ghetto mode, man, that drama mode, And so one of them even went so far as to say that she don't know why other races speak to men submissively or with respect. And I'm like, I don't get it. But my point is with these note cards is that we're not the only ones talking about this. I'm not the only one talking about this. So it has to be a problem. It has to be an issue in the black community with the young black women. We got to change our attitudes. You have to change your attitude. You got to level up because there's young girls, man. There's young babies. I have a granddaughter who's 7 years old. There's young girls who watch and see everything. And children will mimic what they see. They live what they learn, in other words. So that I hope you like the broadcast. I'm going to be back on next week with another subject and another topic on next Thursday. So be on the lookout for that. It's still going to be toward my single moms, but it's going to be more of a it's going to be a different shift. So again, this broadcast was not to put down anyone or degrade you, because to be honest with you, I'm just going to keep it 100. Half of you degrade yourself with the way you dress and the way you talk and the way you act. Man, and I'm finna go. Just on YouTube alone, I just searched. Something popped up with a black woman robbed and shot a hair store, a wig store. Come on, sis. Like, we know better than this. A wig store. So it's out there, and it's gonna take lives like this, other powerful YouTube channels that's pressing the issues to the black women, to the black community, but at the end of the day, showing them love through these and concern for them to change because of the generation that's coming up under us, under y'all, your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your it's girls, period. And so we want to be able to stop, the trend of women, of these girls raising kids by themselves and being single until you're 55, 60 years old and dying single. I mentioned in my last video, my last video, that it's got to come a point in time where you may have to be in a polygyny relationship because, you know, y'all didn't, dang, he gonna cheat. I mean, hey, I don't know what to say. But anyway, I'm getting ready to end this broadcast. I like to have a sense of humor, and I like to show my personality in my videos. So I hope this was entertaining, educational wise to you. Much love to all the sisters out there. Level up, sis. You know, share this video to someone who you think it can help. Like I stated before, the show began, you know, or that's on my description page. You can go to our website, DestinaWalkersNetwork.com. Or we have programs to where we can help, you know, women kind of change that mindset. You know, it's called a metamorphosis of destiny. If you want to change, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'm Carousel Reed, aka the Destiny Chick, and Destiny Walkers Network, LLC, YouTube channel. I'm gonna play Level Up real quick before we get out of here. So thank you for your time. Let me see if I can share my screen real quick, and we gonna rock it out with this. I'm gonna come back before I let you go. So yeah, ladies, meet me back here next week, same time, same place, and we will be good to go. All right, here we go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all my tummy. Them more mistakes I won't do them no more. There's no news, there's news. I've done it there before. I turn it into something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action. You just go see coming. I just keep elevating. No losses, just upgrading. My lessons make blessings. I turn that into money. They gotta never settle. This view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me as a prayer, nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy.
All right, y'all. All right, that's it. But did you hear the word she said? That woman say she going on another level. Y'all better listen to Sierra. Y'all might can learn something. Anyway, that's it. That's it. Peace and blessings. Don't forget to like, share, and follow this page. Hit the notification bell so you can know when I go live. Also, if you have not already, go follow the Levolutionary Matters YouTube channel where my dearest friend, Brother Mukman, come weekly with his powerful empowerment motivational Wednesdays, as well as issues that he has experienced in the Black community as well, specifically Louisiana, and currently as well. So, and past relationships. So anyway, that's it. I love y'all. Peace and blessings. Until next time.